Hello and welcome back. This chapter is focused on zooming in on the choice of roles, careers we want to transition to. The next few lessons are designed with a broad audience in mind, and you would want to adapt these strategies to your specific needs. In this brief lesson, we are focusing on what I refer to as your likes, values, skills, and knowledge. Let's see how they fit in the big picture. We are going to bring together 6 factors that you need to consider as you plan for a career change or a more senior role. In earlier lessons, we have already covered personality as well as strengths and weaknesses. So in this lesson, we cover the remaining factors so we can jump into identifying and comparing career opportunities. So let's get started. Here we are basically looking at different types of tasks and activities you do or have done in previous positions. For example, if you are a project manager, you may have tasks like preparing various monthly reports for your clients. Those reports could be task related, financial, change management issues, and many others. You probably have regular meetings with them to present your reports. Your meetings may include hearing and addressing their concerns and issues. Back at the office, you may be leading your team in developing, sizing, and pricing new tasks for change requests. You may be evaluating individual team members' performance. Just like you do with your customers, you may need to tend to the needs and concerns of your team members. I just described a bunch of different activities that are very different in nature, and based on your personality and other preferences, you may like some and not be so excited about some of the others. For example, if you are an extrovert, you may enjoy the interaction with your customers and team members and not so crazy about the reporting stuff. I think you get the idea. So basically, you want to look at your roles for the past few years and identify and classify these activities as what you like or what you dislike. Now, how do we want to use this information? I always tell our clients, especially those whose next move is not imminent, to take a look at their list. If your list of likes is much smaller than your dislikes, you may be miserable or not really enjoying your current job. So even before you make your move, can you look at the list to find out if there are ways to create a little bit of balance while you are on your current job? Maybe as a project manager, you can delegate some of the tasks that you are not crazy about. Some of those could be a great training and working experience for one of your team members. But more importantly, in the context of this course, these lists become part of the filter through which you will examine future opportunities that you want to pursue, aiming for opportunities that include more of your likes and less of your dislikes. So you can use the attached form to think through and build a list of these activities, actually in 3 categories. Those that you like, activities that you neither like or dislike, and of course those that you dislike. Take some time now and build this list. I'll wait for you right here. Okay, welcome back. The next thing we want to look at is making an inventory of your current skills, talents, and relevant knowledge. So take a few minutes and list out your skills, talents, and knowledge on this sheet. Please exclude things that are obsolete and not something that you can leverage in your current job. The exception to this, of course, again, is if there is a story with a conclusion about an old skill or an obsolete knowledge where the moral of that story has a compelling value for the employer you might be interviewing with. Once you're done with building your list, meet me back here. Now, let's spend a few minutes on things you consider as important for your future roles. These should equally apply whether you are considering a complete change of career or to further advancement in your current field. This is a list of 11 values or preferences that someone has identified as what they want to see in their next job. Anywhere from wanting to have flexible hours to doing work they consider meaningful, etc. The thing is that with that many preferences, you really need to apply the 80-20 rule, or else it can get pretty confusing as you start comparing different opportunities. So basically, the 80-20 rule says that not all these preferences will bring equal level of satisfaction to you. And more specifically, that 80% of your satisfaction can be derived from the 20%, or in this case, maybe as few as 2 of these values. But which 2? To help you figure that out, I have included a ranking tool so you can prioritize those values that are most important to you. Notice that this form has a link to a video that describes in detail how to use this tool. You start by listing your preferences in whatever order they come to your mind. You can follow the instructions in the associated video to reorder the list, identifying the most important ones listed at the top. When you're done, you will have something like this. For the person doing this exercise, flexible hours became the most important criteria, followed by having a meaningful work and then the income. To gain more confidence that your findings are final, you could optionally give it a few days and try doing this exercise again. Now, obviously, with time, our values and our lives change, and so do our values and priorities. So this is an exercise that I highly recommend you repeat every few years to make sure you are always keeping your eyes on the prize and following the priorities that make sense to you at that time. Also remember that you can use this tool for ordering and prioritizing anything, including the likes, dislikes, and other areas we discussed earlier, like your skills, talents, knowledge, etc. Great. Now that we have a pretty good sense of our prioritized strengths, values, skills, etc., we can start putting it all together and identify different type of opportunities we may want to consider. So join me in the next lesson to do just that.